Okay, now you told me you're not really retiring, you're just stepping aside as far as Phil's handler.
That's correct. What's happening is I've been in the club for 20 years as a member of the Groundhog Club Inner Circle. 15 of that, Steve, I've been Phil's handler. And I still have the energy and the time, but I think it's time also that we bring maybe somebody in a little younger and let them do it, okay? Because when I first started doing this, I was 36 years old. I'm now 56 years old. And what I'm saying is the energy level is not the same at 56 as it was at 36. But again, I don't plan on going anywhere. I don't plan on doing anything truly any different. The only thing you're going to see is the morning of February 2nd, somebody else will bring them out of the stump, okay? And they will maybe take them to a lot more social events than I do, okay? But I'm still going to help those people. I'm going to still be their quote-unquote mentor if I can be, and still work with them.
How much of a commitment do you have to handle Phil 365 days a year?
Well, Groundhog Day is not a one-day event, as you folks have figured that out real quick. Really what's happening is, I must maintain him throughout the year, the other 364 days. And again, if he gets sick, I got to take him to the vet. If we're going to have a parade or something going on, I have to take him to that. So there's many different things that throughout the year. And there's some weeks that it's a pretty quiet week, and then there's other weeks that your feet never hardly touch the ground. You're on a dead fly all the time.
What is Phil's diet? This groundhog lives like a king.
He truly does live like a king. He is a true vegetarian by nature, but what happens is, I give him some apples, I'll give him an occasional banana, things like that. Also in captivity, I also give him a little bit of dry dog food. And what I'm looking for there, if he needs a snack, he can take a snack with that, and it will supplement some of his dietary needs that he also needs.
Let's go back to when Bill Murray analyzed, or not, he came to Groundhog Day to get the feel of it. What was that like for you to be around Bill Murray, Harold Ramis, right before the phenomenon of Groundhog Day, the movie, began?
Yeah, what happened is they came and they wanted to sort of be just a mixture in the crowd, and that truly didn't happen because you recognized their face, okay? But again, it was a lot smaller event back then. They would then just walk out of the crowd, walk into the dark, okay? Maybe go smoke a cigarette or whatever, then come back in until they were recognized again. And then they just really wanted to be observers and just see how Groundhog Day went and how everything like that. But one of the dumbest things I ever did that day, Steve, when actually we did the ceremony, when it was over, he had a ball cap on. I took his ball cap, I wore his ball cap, and I gave him my top hat. But before he left PUNXSUTAWNEY, I got my top hat back and gave him his ball cap back. You know what I'm saying? Which was stupid on my part. That's one of the dumbest things I probably have ever done during my tenure. And if I could have repeated or done something different, that would have been something.
Talk about when you saw the movie Groundhog Day.
When I first seen it, I didn't realize it just over and over and over and over, that this is what we do every day. And really, it's part of life. I mean, you get up and you do the same. You go and go to the bathroom, you shave, you shower, get yourself dressed, you go to work, you do whatever. And no, I was impressed with the movie. I really was. And I think also too, the public in general was impressed with the movie because it was the 10th top grossing movie in the United States, and actually did play better over in Europe than it did here.
They depicted the whole event very well. You told me that a couple years ago. They treated Groundhog Day with respect, and of course there was humor in it. You liked the way, though, they depicted the whole event.
Overall, I thought they did a pretty good job in depicting how PUNXSUTAWNEY is and whatever. I mean, their police cars were identical to our police cars. Our police uniforms were identical to their police uniforms. But it really, the movie was just exactly what we do, except for the bachelor auction.
Which I may
that's,
participate
well,
in.
maybe we'll have a bachelor auction in the future. That could be something that maybe we could get started.
If you want to raise money, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
that's-
Well,
yeah,
we don't
so
want to
we
raise
don't-
money with him, huh?
This is the abuse I have to put up with. Did you ever foresee Groundhog Day? Danny Rubin said in an interview we did with him a couple of weeks ago at the IT Academy, Danny Rubin, writer of Groundhog Day, said he did not realize how huge Groundhog Day became.
I agree. And again, I never realized how big it was. My first day in 1986, I met up there that morning about 6 o'clock. We got out of the car, we went down, we found some of the guys that were sitting in a car parked down close to the knob, tapped on the window, and they said, go get some coffee and donuts for us. So as the young rookies, we went up and got them some coffee and donuts. And it was a crowd that at that time of about, 1,100 people, 1,200 people. I mean, it was hardly anything compared to today's numbers, but we thought it was big, okay? We then did the ceremony, left the ceremony, went to the country club, had breakfast. I helped bust some tables to get some more folks in to be seated. Went and got the mail and was back in my office at 8:30 in the morning. Where today, I mean, since the movie, and then we had the movie, and it was very successful. Then right after the movie, we then started hitting some weekends. And it was no longer just a day trip or just an overnighter, where people would jump on a plane and literally come here and spend 3-4 days or a week.
Did you guys get kind of caught off guard with that first significant crowd? Because was this something you didn't foresee happening as far as it exploding into the international phenomenon that it is?
Yeah, I really did. I mean, we didn't know what we had. That's the best way to explain it. Because at that time it was just a cute, cuddly little thing that happened in a little cute, cuddly little PUNXSUTAWNEY. And it just snowballed, and just got bigger and bigger and bigger, and just about got to a point where, whoa, we now have to slow this thing down and get ourselves organized even better to control everything.